January 25th, a date that should have been ordinary. But on this day in 1995, the world came within minutes of nuclear annihilation because of a single lost memo. High above the Arctic Circle, Norwegian and American scientists prepare to launch a Black Brant 12 rocket. Its mission? Fire scientific instruments into the Aurora Borealis to unlock secrets of the Northern Lights. At 7 a.m. local time, the 4-stage sounding rocket blasts off from Andøya Island. It climbs fast, reaching over 1,400 kilometers high, on a trajectory eerily similar to a US submarine-launched Trident missile aimed at Russia. Across the Barents Sea, at Russia's Olenegorsk early warning radar station, alarms scream. Operators see what looks like a multi-stage nuclear missile launch. The signature matches perfectly. Speed, altitude, even the separation of stages mistaken for multiple warheads. This isn't just any alert. In Russia's post-Cold War paranoia, it screams first strike, possibly an electromagnetic pulse attack to blind defenses before the real bombs fall. The clock starts. Russia has roughly 10 minutes to decide on retaliation before it's too late. The alert races up the chain. Within minutes, President Boris Yeltsin, hungover from the night before, by some accounts, has his nuclear briefcase activated. For the first and only known time in history, a leader opens the Che-Get during a real perceived threat. Yeltsin, Defense Minister Pavel Grachev, and top generals huddle. Submarine commanders receive launch orders. Strategic forces go to full alert. Yeltsin later recalled, "Somebody perhaps decided to test us. The world doesn't know it yet, but we are in the final minutes." But here's the terrifying truth. Norway had notified Russia. On December 14, 1994, a memo went to the Russian Foreign Ministry. High-altitude meteorological rocket launch planned, Aurora research. 30 countries were informed. Yet the message never reached the military. Lost in bureaucracy. A literal misinterpretation. It said notify seafarers, so they assumed only sailors needed to know. As radars watch, the missile doesn't head for Moscow. It arcs harmlessly into the ocean. No warheads. No detonation. Just a scientific payload burning up or splashing down. At around the 8-minute mark of the crisis window, Russian analysts realize, false alarm. Yeltsin stands down. No launch order given. The world survives, not by heroism, but by a gut feeling and a trajectory that curved away. The entire scare lasted about 24 minutes from launch to final confirmation, but those 8 minutes of decision time felt like eternity. This wasn't the Cuban Missile Crisis. No one knew at the time. Markets dipped briefly, news agencies scrambled with false reports, but nuclear war was averted by the slimmest margin, a forgotten notification and one man's restraint. Survival isn't always dramatic rescues or bunkers. Sometimes, it's just about a memo that actually gets read. On this day in 1995, we got lucky.